Are you kidding me?
Here's a shot that I believe they score! McRae shoots, he scores!
Saskatchewan needs a rush of wins to make a charge at the playoffs, and it must start tonight. The Rush play their next 5 games at home. Not much to smile about for the Knighthawks this season. Poor defense and penalty problems have sent Rochester near the Eastern Conference basement. They hope to spoil the Rush party. It's the Knighthawks and the Rush, and it's next from the Sasktel Center. Welcome inside the Sasktel Center in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan on Treaty 6 territory. We got an East versus West matchup tonight. The Saskatchewan Rush hosting the Rochester Knighthawks. And so far for this season, well, they've been in a lot of games, the Rush have, but 7 of their 9 losses have been by 2 goals or less, Darren. They're in it, but right now, they can't handle any more losses.
Well, they really can. We've batted around the numbers quite a bit. They need 4 or 5 wins out of the final 6 games if they're going to have a chance to get to the playoffs. That means they got to get to 7 or 8 wins to compete and contend for a playoff spot. So it has. It's been a season of bad luck for the Rush.
2 of 7 in those games that have been decided by 2 goals or less this season. They're 1-7 on the road, 1-2 in overtime games, but they're back at home. 5 straight home games for Saskatchewan, and this is where their offense has been clicking too. And you look to a guy like Robert Church.
4 goals on Thursday night's St. Patrick's Day game in Calgary. Quick turnaround here, but as this team goes, it goes with Robert Church. He needs to continue to pace the offense. He continues to be a leader in the National Lacrosse League, and if they're going to win, they might have to outscore some tough goaltending, but there's a look at the numbers. He continues to get it done on the power play. He added 4 to his goal total on Thursday, now at 29. He continues to be one of the elite players in the entire NLL.
First in power play goals as well. And for Rochester, their offensive guys, Holden Catoni, Ryan Smith, and Curtis Knight as well. Former Rush back inside the Sasktel Center.
But they're an exciting young group. I know the Rochester Knighthawks name is a name we're all familiar with, but this version hasn't played the Saskatchewan Rush yet since coming back into the league. And they are, with Curtis Knight and you mentioned Ryan Smith and some of the others, they're an exciting team. They put a lot of shots up, averaging over 50 shots a game. So could be some fireworks tonight, Cody.
Let's go down to the floor now. Sabina Wad caught up with Curtis Knight.
Curtis Knight with the Rochester Knighthawks joining me. Curtis, no stranger to co-op field and the Rush crowd. How have you been preparing for the game?
Yeah, kind of just like any other. Obviously, this is one you kind of circle on the calendar because it's fun. It's fun being back. But just like any other game, we got to treat it like that and just try and get a win.
And how have you been telling your team to prepare what they're playing against?
Yeah, I mean, I'm quite familiar with the offense and defense, so I help the guys out a bit because I'm a bit familiar with what they're doing. But just tips and tricks here, nothing crazy. I think guys know how to play in this league already.
All right, thanks so much, Curtis.
Thank you.
These 3-win teams need to get in the win column in Saskatchewan. 5 home games in a row. It all starts tonight. It's the Rush, it's the Knighthawks, and it's next on TSN.
The NLL on TSN is brought to you in part by Alterna Savings. Alterna offers easy, more personal financial services and puts the good in banking. Visit alterna.ca to learn more. By Fanatics.ca, the NLL's home for officially licensed everything. Visit Fanatics.ca today. And by Guaranteed Rate. If you believe it, you can do it. Guaranteed Rate. Believe you will.
Taking a look at your referees for tonight, it'll be Ian Garrison, the crew chief, Josh Hiltz, Mark Thompson alongside of him, and Ian Wilson is on the shot clock tonight. And now, let's take a look at your guaranteed rate starting goaltenders this evening in Saskatoon. Joel Watson, he'll be at the other end of Eric Penny's end. Eric Penny's got a .772 save percentage this season. Joel Watson across the floor from him in the other shade of green has a .716. Penny right there, .790 on the season for Saskatchewan. Joel Watson across the floor for Rochester. He's got a .716 save percentage, 0-1 first game of the season. Came last weekend against the New York Riptide. It's the Saskatchewan Rush and the Rochester Knighthawks. Mike Messenger will be on the draw. Tonight's opening face-off, of course, presented by Sports Interaction. And who he's going up against, no, it's not Chris Willman. It'll be Dan Coates, the new assistant captain for the Knighthawks. Coates, he's taken 22 face-off this season, has a 36% at the line. Mike Messenger, on the other hand, good start for him so far this season, 48.7%. Ref is ready, ball's down, and we are underway at the SaskTel Center. A battle of the green, a battle of three-win teams, and for Saskatchewan, a 5-game homestand starts now. Taking a look at your money line right now, the Rush minus 246 coming into this contest, thanks to Sports Interaction. Offense goes to work, it's Church, swings it over to Matthews. Rocking the bright green gloves once again. Matthews, long shot outside, easy stop for Joel Watson to get started.
I like that from Mark Matthews, Cody, as we get started. You know, get comfortable, put a lot of shots towards the Rochester net, and don't be afraid to shoot, and even from long range.
The big man, Ryan Smith, out there now, 40 points on the season for him. Expect that big righty to clear up a lot of space on offense. Katoni now outside, long shot. Penny stops him, rebound falls right in the lap of Matt Beers, who had 3 assists on Thursday against Calgary.
It's important for Eric Penny to field the ball early, to make saves, especially from long range, and just get comfortable, and then the Rush can build off of that.
No Jeff Shatler tonight for Saskatchewan, so Marshall Powless checks in, and he's the ball handler right now. Drops for Ryan Keenan, across the floor, Austin Murphy now. The Wingate product over to Keenan from outside. Watson with the stop. Palace is there trying to dig up that loose ball. Can't push aside Paul Dawson.
Well, he was in the right spot, though, Cody. Paulus was, and just couldn't quite get to that loose ball. Nice job, and, you know, he's going to get an opportunity, every opportunity here to come in and have success with Jeff Shatler out.
The big defenseman, Paul Dawson, tough as a $2 steak out there. Not going to be an easy night for Saskatchewan as Messenger gets a piece of that pass. Cornwall's down in the corner. Garland there as well, fighting for a loose ball. Curtis Knight, the former Rush, making his return after that 2019 expansion draft when Rochester grabbed him. Robert Church, Powless off the bench. Dan Littner, the 5th member of the O. Matthews, half wall. Littner around the horn to Josh Courier. Towards the middle, Courier with some room. Watson punches it out to the corner. Loose ball, Church gets back and he's working away. He knocked the stick away from Ogilvie. Ends up chucking it over, and Dan Coates is waiting for it.
I like that. Get a little feisty, and we got a little mix-up along the benches, too. We're already starting to see some physical play develop.
Off the bench, there's Ryan Smith again. Swinging to the right side, 8 on the shot clock. Turner Evans up top. Evans now to the middle, sub shot on Penny, low to low, closes the wickets, again, doesn't allow a rebound.
Well, those long-range shots have been an issue for the Rush this season, and, you know, I like that recognition by Rochester. Take the long shot, see if you can't skip one in early and get a goal here on the road. That would be huge for the Knighthawks.
Ryan Keenan, a little bit of a quieter night in Calgary, only had 1-1 as Murphy's pass over to Palace bobbles it. The rookie, again, maybe gripping the stick a little tight. He's filling in for Jeff Shatler tonight. Pretty big shoes to fill.
Yeah, a little tentative maybe, Cody, you're right, and, you know, just not quite sharp enough on that play, but there's an energy to this game early on. There's a vibe, you know, they're moving with pace. It's, you know, it's got some buzz early on for a scoreless game.
Knight now walks it up top. At Wittig there. Backdoor pass, Hogarth using some room. Knight up top, it's behind Penny. He's got to fall back. Messenger's there to scoop it up on the Tim Hortons logo.
For a goalie, when you feel that ball moving a little bit, you just get so scared that it's going past you. But no mistake, he had that right between the legs. Good stop by Penny.
We talked about him in the pregame. Needs to get his rhythm back. Played great against Colorado. Had a couple of off nights here. He's got to get it going as Robert Church got the shot. Littner behind the back, rebound, and a big save by Joel Watson 4 minutes in.
Oh, a great stop by Joel Watson. The two goaltenders have come to play, and, you know, these two teams get together. You're kind of expecting to see 100 shots on the floor, and we're on our way.
Ogilvie dishes it off for Smith now. Couple of spin moves, finds Katoni up top. Out of the corner now, it'll be Evans. Still has the tee. They don't have Sean Evans anymore. He's in Halifax. Katoni out in front, looking to go high far side, and Penny with that left chicken wing knocks it to Chris Corbeil.
Oh, great stop, but for the Knighthawks, great movement. Evans was quarterbacking a lot of that. Great movement of the ball in the offensive zone.
Marshall Powless, the youngster, off the right side. Tries to tee it up. This one's going to go wide. Church got a piece of that. Couldn't end up grabbing the loose ball, though. Rylan Reese, the righty. Out of the corner again, Rochester, 15 on the shot clock. They're not afraid to use it. Bertrand. Katoni, nice little pick and roll off the middle. Couldn't get a shot off, attempted the pass. And Knight can't control it. Now it's down low. Curtis Knight, far side shot blocked by Cornwall.
That's a nice job by Cornwall defensively, recognizing that the shot clock was winding down, and he got the Knighthawks scrambling a little bit, and another good defensive effort.
Keenan, now 10 goals on the season for him, 40 points from that right side. Lintner's out of the corner now, gets a pick from Murphy. Keenan there, 12 on the shot clock, ends up throwing this one away. Murphy's got to hop on his bike to get it. Right around half, Matthews is out of the corner, 4 seconds. Mark Matthews to the net, 5-hole attempt on Watson, but he sealed off every hole in the building.
Yeah, nice swim move, but nice job defensively too from the Knighthawks to force him to the outside. I think it was Dan Coates. Just a heck of a job by one of the leaders.
Smith, the big man. Gets the matchup against Corbeil, decides to go low to high now, and he walks it up for Evans. Katoni. Right side, trying to go back. Rubish usually likes that play, a little behind the back shot. Almost caught Eric Penny off guard. But Rubish, good defense, keeps him to the outside, doesn't give him an A+ shooting lane.
You know, we got a lot of fans watching, I'm sure, throughout the state of New York, and you should be excited about this team. I mean, Katoni to go behind the back like that, these guys are fun to watch, Cody.
They do have a good team there. For only having 3 wins, they're competitive. Matthews, one arms, Powless, pass intended for Church, and again, a little bit of sloppy play here to start for Saskatchewan. Dan Lintner, though, gets it. They got numbers if they want. Courier's low, and he scores! No, they'll say it was in the crease. I guess we'll see if we get a rag on the floor or not, but Courier cutting in tight. We'll have to look at a replay. This is too close for my eyes. I don't got binoculars up here.
Well, it was on the outside of the net, though. I don't think it actually went in at second look. Let's take a look at it here. You know, nice job dishing it down low. I don't think there was an issue of him being in the crease. It
does sneak short side on Watson, but by the time, because it goes, I think, off his pad and post. I guess, we're just missing that one on the side. It ends up behind Watson. We'll let the refs deliberate as we'll step aside. Saskatchewan and Rochester, 0. Scoreless inside the SaskTel Center. Shots are 6-5 in favor of the Rush. No goal on Courier there. It did cross the line, but not before his foot was in the crease. Quick transition now. Smith's out in front. Hogarth stop. Katoni behind the back. Goes wide. Eric Penny having to be sharp here. He's got 6 stops in the opening 7 minutes of play.
Well, again, Katoni so creative offensively behind the back on the rebound, but Penny had to make a great save. He's having a really good start to this game.
Watson's made some good ones as well as Ryan Keenan will handle it from the right side. Matthews gets taken down. Give him go with Courier. Keenan, a little bit of a spin move. Want to see him shoot the ball a little bit more. Had a goal against Calgary, outside shot on Del Bianco. As that one gets turned around and in transition, looks like Rochester wants to push the pace. It's Reese who's stripped, but the rebound comes out and Bertrand stoned by Penny.
Goaltending show here tonight.
Here's Cornwall in transition, scores! Jeff Cornwall runs it in from Prince Albert, and his 5th of the season draws first blood.
This is a real team goal for the Saskatchewan Rush. You get a big save down at one end of the floor, and then Cornwall takes it in transition and makes no mistake. Watson, I thought it was in a pretty good spot. He came out to challenge him a little bit, but Cornwall got the release away quicker and put it up over the shoulder.
If you're Watson, you have to respect Lintner coming out that O gate, so I do see why maybe he was thinking pass. Hasn't seen a lot of Jeff Cornwall. It is his first season here. He's only got one start, which happened a week ago, but you got to give credit where it's due, and Jeff Cornwall snipes it for the 7th-year pro.
Well, at home, you need to have a great start, and you know, both these teams' backs are against the wall, while getting the opening goal at home is big.
Palace across the floor. Keenan off that left side. The lefty's got to back it up. Here's Palace again. Couple of spin moves. Finds Church. Church tees it up, trying to go short side low again, where Cornwall had it, and Watson punches it to the corner. Loose ball scrambled down there. Lintner taking on Ogilvie, and it'll be Rochester who heads north of the border. Garland now loses his weapon.
I've been really impressed with Mitch Ogilvie in transition. He's done a great job. He's taken a lot of abuse. Even when he lost his wicket, he still was able to keep control of the ball.
The Peterborough product had 3 loosies against the Riptide as well. And now Cornwall's got to get back in position up top. High shot goes just wide by Jeff Whitting. 6 shots on goal for Whitting against New York. No goals, though. So you know he's not afraid to shoot. Just don't let him get hot.
Yeah, no kidding. He's going to get his shots in, but right now, Penny's winning the battle with everybody. Great start.
Mark Matthews now out of the corner. 57 points in his campaign in 2022 so far. Murphy swings it over to him. All the way across the floor for Lintner. A couple of high-risk passes on offense that look like they're getting forced a bit too much, as Matt Gilroy down the floor. Off the bench, it's Bertrand again. Laser beam, but it touches the glass. Now Bobby Kins, the third, wants to run in transition. You know, he can really fly out there, but he says, hey, it's 3-on-3. I'll opt out and let the experts get set.
Yeah, why not slow it down a little bit and let your offense go to work here?
Matthews out of the corner, takes one off the chops, has to battle with Coates to get it back. Matthews now behind the back pass. Courier comes down with it. Almost like they're playing jackpot. Courier fires from downtown to double the lead, and Josh Courier's got the second for Saskatchewan.
I don't know if Joel Watson saw this all the way through. There was a little bit of a screen, but you know, this defense for the Knighthawks were really providing a lot of pressure on Matthews, you know, and on these other rush, and then Courier against a couple. Look at him try and get away and find some separation. I don't think Watson ever thought the Courier would get this away, and when he does, it's a laser into the top corner.
That second move, the back pedal on Paul Dawson, had him going left, and Courier backs it away, and everyone knows he's got a heavy shot. He's got a big windup. He's dangerous, and he's able just to blast that one over the shoulder of Watson. What a play, what a finish. The lead's now 2.
Well, putting together a little bit of a string of goals here for the Rush would be important, you know, to get some confidence. You've got it defensively now, and offensively, you want to put a few together.
They're 0-2 against the East this year. Losses coming in Albany and in Halifax. First East opponent to get inside the SaskTel Center, and the crowd's had 2 things to cheer about so far. Keenan now bombs one back for Murphy. That's going to go 200 feet. Down to Eric Penny as we step aside inside the SaskTel Center. 2-0, Saskatchewan leads. There you get a look at Jeff McComb and Derek Keenan back behind the bench again this season, hoping to get the troops astray. They got 5 straight home games here, and McComb, in the shoot-around this morning, it was a very serious vibe. There wasn't a lot of joking around. It was, hey, we know the group we have, but we have to get to work. And for Rochester, their troops as well, when you look at Ensign, Gillis, and O'Toole as well, it's a very similar thing. Both these teams have 3 wins, and you got to step it up if you want a shot at playoffs.
Yeah, you really do. This is, you know, the opportunity for both these teams to get rolling.
Katoni, another big wind-up, pounds the boards, and Curtis Knight has to grab the Lucy off the ball. Turner Evans now. 34 points on the year from him. Little drop up top. Katoni scoops it out. Smith short side. And Eric Penny again, stop number 9, none bigger than that on Ryan Smith.
Well, that's a really quick release from Ryan Smith to pick that ball up and let it go real quickly. That could have been the opener for Rochester, but Penny has been perfect.
Matthews, the light man off the bench. Keenan's in the corner, a little bit of room to shoot. Won't take it though. Lintner up top finds Church. 4 goals, 4 assists against Calgary on Thursday. Church now outside. Watson, wide stance there. You know he's expecting Church to shoot. He's well prepared for it.
Yeah, the Rush now are recognizing the opportunity and for the, the long-range shots from the perimeter.
Down in transition, Coates had an opportunity, a little give and go with Reese there and out in front. Penny's got to scoop another one off the turf. Connor McClelland offensively took him a little while to find his rhythm now, but he's going. He's got 5 points in transition, really learning from some of the best defenders in the game in Saskatchewan. Palace, Courier up top. Intended for Austin Murphy there, just couldn't bring it down.
Well, I love how Murphy's just seamlessly been able to find his place in this Rush offense.
Catoni down in transition. That pass intended for Matt Bennett. Now it in front. Hogarth is wide open. And with the left pad, Penny says no.
This guy can't be beat tonight.
We said we want to see a better performance from him. Well, here it is. Matt Beers! That's a first-class play through the crease, and Beers gets 3 on the board for Saskatchewan.
Matt Beers, big, tough, physical, but he's got a little touch as well. And, when he comes flying down, it's hard to get in front of him, but he lets this go. He takes a little bit of punishment right there and finishes it off. Great goal. And, this is kind of what the Rush needed. Some good goaltending to get them going, and then the offense, putting a few goals together. A 3-0 lead is exactly that.
Fearless right there for Matt Beers for his 3rd of the season. That's going to be his 9th point as well. He had 3 assists against Calgary, so maybe he's getting in the offensive rhythm. And also, Mike Messenger, another face-off win for him. Hasn't lost one yet as Cornwall gets stripped of the ball. Good back check there by John Wagner.
Well, we thought that was going to be a point of emphasis in this game was the face-offs. Messenger's been really good the last, 6 or 7 weeks, and, he's been rolling. And, when the Knighthawks are missing Chris Willman in the lineup too, you wonder if Messenger, is going to lose one tonight.
Knight had a lot of room to shoot there, and they go over to Catoni again. They're taking a lot of shots from the outside here. Haven't really been able to get into the box, and it's Bobby Kidd the 3rd. Oh, he wanted that one. You could tell he decided to pull it back, playing like a veteran. Kidd the 3rd decides to give it over to Robert Church. Keenan's off the bench. Murphy and Matthews are the late characters. Keenan now to the middle, gets a pick and he scores! The twine tinkler for Ryan Keenan gets a nice little bee sting for Mark Matthews, finds the back of the net, and Saskatchewan's up by 4.
Yeah, it's a nice play from Ryan Keenan to be able to get this goal. And the Rush mixing it up a little bit here offensively. Everybody's getting into it, and Keenan kind of almost controls this play from the wall, and he's looking for an outlet, Here he's looking kind of, casually, and then he makes the decision. He's going to drive into the high slot and let this shot go, and he makes no mistake.
Between the pipes, it's Joel Watson still for Rochester. Their backup tonight's Lucas Nagy. He was released. He was on a trial with Saskatchewan at the start of the year, got released after main camp, and they're all in the game here because Ryan Hartley's out. So no Hartley for Rochester, no Evan Kirk, of course, not going to be playing the rest of this season. As the Knighthawks go back to work, Ryan Smith again. He's just got that heavy hammer shot over top. Like you could see Penny was feeling that one on his right shoulder.
Oh yeah, he let it go, and they've done a really good job of that in this opening quarter, just haven't had the result.
Catoni again, missile. Ends up finding Penny right in the midsection.
But 13 shots already. The Rush don't often get outshot in games, even when they've been losing. And for a Rochester team that puts up over 50 shots a game, you can see the signs, the positive signs that this team is going to turn it around soon.
Matthews has Palace opening up some space for him. Courier's there. Little give and go down low. It's a tic-tac. They couldn't get the toe as Dan Lintner found a highway down the middle.
Done a really nice job, Rochester has, in the high slot, defensively, getting into passing lanes.
Again, they're trying to go 5-hole. And Penny, for your thoughts, it ain't working so far. He stopped 14 in the contest, just over 30 to go in the opening frame. Keenan right side, about a 7-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Keenan down low, up top, Pallas has some room, fires and scores! Marshall Pallas has his first in the National League, and the lead extends once again.
Well, and the celebration was a good one. You knew there's a kid who scored his first of many, and look at the bench celebrating with him. A nice feed. He lets it go, winds up, puts it in a perfect spot, catches Joel Watson a little bit deep in his net, which opens up some room. But look at the release from Paulus. We wondered how he would come in the absence of Jeff Schattler. He's got an opening quarter goal.
The Saskatchewan Rush bench smiling like butcher's dogs down there. You couldn't drop a Benner start as Messenger again. Thought about taking it to the house himself, had beers in transition, and they got another chance here to extend. Keenan for Matthews off the bench, 5 seconds down low, quick stick stop. Garland was there, and now the long shot for the empty net's gonna go wide, and wow. The shot's pretty close, only 14-13, but the goal column, Saskatchewan puts 5 past Joel Watson in the opening quarter. Rochester held scoreless. As we get a couple looks at some of the goals here, we'll step aside and come back with the second quarter.
Welcome back to Co-op Field here at SaskTel Center in Saskatoon. The Rush are leading 5-0, and I had a chance to talk to Chris Corbeil from the Rush right before the game, and he said they had to play with determination and urgency, and they're doing just that. We can see they've taken the 14 shots and scored 5 of them. We'll see how they keep doing.
Chris Corbeil, the captain, being the leader. We heard from him in the pregame show on Rush Hour Live that he said, hey, we trust the guys in the dressing room. And you wouldn't be surprised if they're able to go on a little bit of a run here. And just to start 5-0, you couldn't ask for a better get-go.
Well, you talked about the numbers, the betting lines coming into this game, and the Rush were heavy favorites, but it's because of guys like Corbeil, and this leadership group has remained intact. So when you watch this team on the floor, it looks very similar to the teams that have had great success since they moved to Saskatoon. You know, I know the Curtis Knights, and there's some, you know, the Jeremy Thompsons and the Evan Kirks, and there's guys who aren't here, but a large chunk of the core is, and that's why this group still believes that they can be elite and get into the playoffs here.
Messenger 6 for 6 on the faceoffs in the opening quarter, and he just lost his first one right there. Rochester going to get positioned to open up here. Joel Watson between the pipes. No Hartley for them tonight. No Kirk for them this season. Lucas Nagy's your backup in white. Rochester offense swinging up top. Katoni's shot got blocked. That'll leave a welt on Beers' back. Knight has the loose ball. 6 to get something done. Evans sub shot scores. Turner Evans with his 11th of the season gets Rochester on the board. 35 seconds into the second quarter.
Well, shot clock winding down on the road. You know, a bit of a quiet building coming out of the break, and you know, nice recognition of where you are on the floor. Let's take a look at it here. Just, you know, moving this ball around, Turner Evans, and then lets the shot go low, and it catches Penny by surprise a little bit. You know, recognizing it right there, and just perfectly placed, skipping it along the floor nice and low and right through the legs.
No more Sean Evans for the Knighthawks to work with. Turner Evans says no problem. They fired a lot on Penny. This time they're able to beat him down low, and they get another face-off win here. Falls up the floor, takes a beating. Penalty coming against the Rush. Whitty leaves it for Hogarth. Double bounce pass into the corner. Duggan set on the right-hand side. Smith is there. Knight drops behind the X. Out in front again. Hogarth opportunity into the corner. Bertrand, Evans, 2 on the shot clock. Knight won't get the quick stick. Smith has it. But Saskatchewan going to be shorthanded for the first time this evening. First penalty of the game, that is. And the Rush, their penalty kill so far in the season, it's 50%. That's 11th in the entire league.
Yeah, Rush are going to be shorthanded here.
power play for
Saskatchewan,
Rochester
number 8,
coming
2
into the
minutes.
contest.
Check
35.85%. That's 12th in the league. Obviously, Rochester, they haven't scored a ton this season, but they do have a bunch of weapons out there as you get another look
Here's
at
Messenger.
the penalty call on Messenger.
Yeah, just got him, in transition there, and Messenger's going to go off and sit for a couple of minutes. But this is the start to the second quarter. The Knighthawks need it.
Knight wires it up top. Smith is there. Low shot kicked out, and it ends up in the netting. Eric Penny with that left toe boots one high.
This game could completely change if the Knighthawks can capitalize here.
100%. They're looking to build some momentum on the power play. Smith, he'll top the tower, dishes it down. Knight gets stopped. Rebound. Garland's there, and Chris Corbeil, we just talked about him, and he's got a 2-on-1 opportunity with Kyle Rubish. Roommates on the break, and he's stopped by Watson. Chris Corbeil doesn't miss those too often. That time, no dice for him.
Well, really nice job, though, in transition. He looked off the pass and then let the shot go really quickly. Really good stop from Watson.
Mark Matthews, the team had 5 goals in the opening quarter, held to 1 assist. One-arm pass. Lintner's out in front, behind the back. Doesn't get as much as he wants off of it. Did take a stick up high. No call coming, though.
A good job chewing some seconds off this penalty for Mike Messenger.
Power play getting set up again for Rochester. 41 seconds to work with. Smith again. Hogarth's on his left. Little back pedal. Pass over to Evans. Hogarth up top, down low. Quick stick. It's behind the net. A little bit of an optical illusion there if you're watching from the broadcast booth. Shot goes over the goal. Penny's got to retreat.
Really good ball movement on the power play for Rochester. A couple of shots just couldn't find the mark.
13 seconds left in the penalty before Mike Messenger escapes jail. 15 on the shot clock, so they'll be able to kill it all. Saskatchewan up by 4 after a dominant opening quarter. The offense, though, you got to find your rhythm. One quarter's not going to win you a ball game. Matthews can't squeak one short-sided. It ends up in row 2. Bertrand, the New York product, on the left-hand side. Knights with it now. Gets around Dilks, former teammates out in front. Opportunity as Penny gets run into. Probably going to be a penalty on Messenger, as it looks like he was the one who ran Hogarth into Penny. You don't like to see that. Good to see Penny's all right. Hogarth walking off on his own power, but Messenger, 2 penalties now in a span of a minute.
Yeah, he's going right back to the box here, and that was a tough one as Dawson gets a chance to get the explanation. The Knighthawks captain, and Messenger heads to the box here.
Saskatchewan, penalty number 8, 2 minutes. Check from behind.
Tough one right in front, and the Rush have done a nice job on the penalty kill. Get another look at it here. They're driving into the crease, and Messenger, yeah, right in the numbers, throws him right into Penny, and it's not just a dangerous play from behind, but into your goaltender's a tough one.
Smith back on the power play, 0 for 1 to start the contest. Knight now. Smith shoots and scores. Ryan Smith, the rookie, cuts the lead to 3.
I love the way they're moving the ball offensively on the power play, but they're waiting and they're patient, waiting for the right shot. And finally on this power play, Smith gets it. He sees Penny moving a little bit too far to his left and brings it back short side. Here's another look. They work the wing really well, and then when it comes to Smith, it goes over the top and beats Penny clean.
It's your top guys on the penalty kill. You see Dilks and Corbeil both try and go to him at the very end. It's just too little too late. You give a guy like that some room. We've talked about his heavy shot before. He's now got 20 on the season, and the RMU alumni lighting the lamp for the second of the game for the Knighthawks. Left side, Hogarth with it. Bertrand's off the bench too. Evans out to support. The goal scorer, Smith, feeling it. Penny with that left arm, little floppy arm save. Behind the net, pass down low, can't connect, but Smith has it. Left side. Hogarth swings it over. Evans controls. Plenty of time to set something up still, but they're gonna have to back it out. and get reset. Jordy Jones-Smith defending on that right-hand side. Bobby Kidd the third now gets his assignment, and they got another one. Charlie Bertrand, the American, walks it off the wall. He's got his 10th of the season, and the lead's down to 2.
Well, when you're feeling it, keep shooting, and that's what the Knighthawks are doing. Smith got a first shot in, and this whole group, Bertrand, Smith, they're shooting the ball well, and now they're finally getting rewarded for it. They like to move it up top and then quickly let the shot go. And look at this release. Just a couple of hop step into the middle, lets it go and beats Penny clean. He was stopping those in the opening quarter, but now the Knighthawks have gone on a run with 3 straight.
Evans, the lefty, pushed that defense away, so it was just Bertrand and Bobby Kidd the third on that side. He got just enough room. It wasn't bad defending. That's a great shot, and Rochester's got 3 after quiet opening quarter on offense, but they were getting their looks. We got it's a little melee down there. Bonanza effect. Messenger can't come down with the loose ball. It's a battle at the X tonight.
That's an understatement, Cody. It's getting physical along the wall. Knighthawks are in this game, and the Rush want to push back.
Messenger now kicks save after he takes 2 penalties. Gonna be an over and back, so Saskatchewan opportunity to set up here, but not before we head off for a commercial break. Saskatchewan at home, leading 5-3 over the Rochester Knighthawks. Rochester's hosting its annual Cure Cancer Night on Saturday, March 26th. Tickets now on sale at rochesterknighthawks.com/tickets. You get a look at the Knighthawks bench there, and Captain Paul Dawson, well, they've rallied the troops, they sure have. They only trail by 2, but Saskatchewan opportunity to pull away after 2 penalties to start the quarter.
I don't know what Mike Hassan said after 1 quarter, but it was the right message. Stuck with his goaltender, thought he might make a change, didn't, and they've responded on the floor.
Watson, left pad, kicks it in transition. They've got Hogarth, but maybe off the bench a little bit too quick. Yes, they are. And the ref catches them in the act. Saskatchewan, well, they haven't had a power play yet this game, but they'll allow them to get set as Halls will be the one to serve it. The Rush power play coming into this contest. Legal substitution will be the call. The Rush power play, 46.2%, good for 7th in the league. Rochester Knighthawks penalty kill, 7th as well, 55.81% there. The Rush so far this game haven't had a power play opportunity. It'll be Mark Matthews to steer the ship up top. Church on his left side, Keenan on his right. Back for Church, over quick stick, Powell stopped. Got his first ever NLL goal in the opening quarter. Had a great opportunity there for his 2nd.
But getting to log minutes on the power play here, showing a lot of faith.
Church now opens some room, load a high shot. Watson's got to be sharp, and boy, he's dialed it in after that opening quarter. Lintner's out of the corner now. Little power play switch. Keenan's still there. Palace getting a look as the lefty strong set. Down low, Palace has to climb a ladder to come down with it. Matthews, a little bit of room, low shot on Watson, no rebound. Short-handed, Rochester wouldn't mind another one here. They've been buzzing in the opening half of the 2nd quarter. They got a minute left to kill. We'll see what they set up. Evans trying to drive in front. And Bertrand with him. Bertrand loses the ball, and Saskatchewan gets another opportunity here. Ryan Keenan. We'll see, they go lefty strong once again here. They're feeling it with Powell in for Jeff Shatler tonight, who's out with a reported upper body injury. Matthews hits it in reverse over to Church. Low shot. Watson's got to take a quick look there, but it ends up under the pillow.
Yeah, Rush just having a little bit of trouble beating Watson. Now is really settled in here in the 2nd quarter.
100%. Putting off that right-hand side. Knight on the floor. Out of the corner, 15 on the shot clock, 10 on the penalty clock. So it'll be Tyler Halls coming out of the box here as the offense works it down. Penny stops it, wants to set up a transition. Here's an opportunity. Beers thought about going Halls right into the penalty box. Couldn't get worse timing right there for a transition opportunity, but he wisely pulls it back, gives it to Austin Murphy, and they get set. Courier. Goal in the first quarter, over to Murphy now. Down low, intended for Keenan. He wasn't ready for it, but he picks it off the boards. 5 to put something on goal, and he does! From an impossible angle, Ryan Keenan rips one short side, and it's 6-3 Saskatchewan.
How does this find the back of the net? And that's what Joel Watson's wondering right now is, how did that get past me? Because he's in a pretty good spot. Time running down on the shot clock. Keenan from an impossible angle. And let's watch and see how this got in here, Cody. He pulls back. He was under some pressure, then lets it go and just beats him inside the post.
Well, we thought it was an impossible angle. Clearly, he knows better than us. Ryan Keenan's got his second of the contest, 12th of the game, and the fourth-year National Leaguer extends that lead back to 3.
That's a huge goal for the Rush, too. After giving up 3 straight, you had to kind of stop the bleeding and get back to what you were doing so well, and that's a big goal.
And after not capitalizing on that power play as well, you thought Rochester might build a little momentum off of it. Instead, the lead grows for the home team in Grief. Mark Matthews now tried that short side shot. He said, I see what Ryan Keenan did. I want to try it as well.
Well, for sure, why not? And that's when the Rush are feeling, you know, and you can know they're confident when they're letting those shots go from anywhere and feeling like they can score from anywhere.
Halls controls right side. He's got Bertrand. The Virginia alum over to Knight. Corbeil's there. Grabs the loose ball, takes a hit from his former teammate, and Kyle Rubish books it up the floor. Church is off the bench. They've got numbers. Keenan dives. Stopped rebound. Are you kidding me? Joel Watson. Keep that one in the can for save of the game.
If he got to the second one, wow, which I think he did. What a save with that left arm.
Rochester will see if they can build off of it. Dilks with a great stick, knocks down the Evans pass, and Corbeil's gonna send him. Dilks caught it in his feet, he was playing soccer. Holden Garland, right side, Cornwall for 2, stumped.
Well, after giving up the tough one from a short angle, Watson's come back with 2 really good saves back to back.
Garland pointing at his stick there. Maybe that's what we'll blame on the transition as he heads off for a change, and he'll talk with Mark Bure, the equipment manager for the Rush. Curtis Knight spent enough time in the SaskTel Center, makes his return after being selected in the 2019 expansion draft by the Rochester Knighthawks. And no, not the Knighthawks that left Rochester hanging originally and moved to Halifax. Rubish now left side, Murphy up the middle. Keenan passes it over, finds Church. Thought about shooting it from the outside. He's got D-men mugging him all over. Matthews, one arm. Church can't control, and he's been held scoreless in this contest, something he's not used to in 2 quarters of play. Knighthawks thought about going with pace there. They'll wait for Evans to come off the bench instead. Hogarth and Knight. Gattoni joins them. Gattoni took a bunch of shots in that opening quarter, hasn't done so much now, but he frees up. Evans up top, plenty of time, and he rings the melon of Eric Kenny.
Kenny was looking up towards the rafters. Yeah, he got that one right in the face.
Down again, trying to go far side. 2 stomps on Evans. The first one hurt a lot more than the second. Kidd the third now. Into the corner, we'll see if he stays on offense. Trying to open up a lane for Austin Murphy. Had a hat trick against Calgary on Thursday. And the former Wingate star now. Righties up top for Littner. What a spin move around there. Matthews to the middle, far side, wide.
Yeah, just the Rush struggled to get anything really set up. They were a little bit behind the play, but the pace has still stayed pretty high in this game, you know, as we get into the end of the first half.
Knight on the left-hand side. Bertrand's off the bench. Good defensive play there by Rubish. Causes the turnover, and grabbing that loose ball is Holden Garland for the Rush. Messenger tries to surprise Watson there. Almost caught him off guard, but it rolls to the right side of the pipes.
Creative play, I love that, and I like the save, equally as good from Watson.
Knight now, he's got to watch out for Beers, who is booking it off the bench. Ryan Smith now. Nice pick, opened up some room. Evans, right half wall. The Tony's shot got stopped. Rebound was there, and good defense. Jordy Jones-Smith had to get back and help out. Dilks now. 2:30 to go in the opening half. Cornwall sees Church up top. Keenan, quick stick, put him on hat trick watch. Watson says, I'll take this one in the logo.
Yeah, I like the pass, I like the shot, and another good stop by Watson, who again really settled in. Just the one goal here against in the second quarter.
Katoni, plenty of time, trying to go up high now on Penny. The opening quarter, everything was going by his feet so far. Maybe they've tried to lift it a little bit, trying to catch him cheating.
Yeah, they have really mixed up their shot selection and trying to find some way to beat Penny, and it's worked 3 times.
Matthews right side. Walks the half moon up top. Church, low far side, doesn't get on goal. 5 to shoot. Matthews says, hey, I'll try to draw something up. One arm, though, back out in front. Church can't connect. And Saskatchewan, minute 32 left to go in the second quarter. The Rush doubling up Rochester so far. 6-3 the score as you get a look at Rush House. Saskatchewan getting back in their rhythm here, up 6-3 on the Rochester Knighthawks. Your shots so far, 27-25 in favor of the Rush. The energy being brought back inside the SaskTel Center, the first of 5 home games in a row, Darren. You know this crowd's going to be key for them battling for a playoff spot.
Yeah, really key. And you know, we knew the schedule was heavily weighted in the Rush favor to have all these home games at the end. We just didn't know they'd have so much work to do when these games came.
Pass intended for Ryan Smith, holding Garland in there to cause a little bit of havoc. He gets it back, and Garland again. Second time's the charm, and Corbeil takes a big hit from Smith. Dilks in transition. Pass over to Matthews. Rochester has numbers coming back on a good change, and they'll let the offense get set. 60 seconds to go here, opening half in Saskatchewan. Church up top, Powless far side, goes wide. Transition, Reese, the righty, finds Knight. Trying to go stick side on Penny, stops him. They're gonna give Saskatchewan the ball here. I thought that went off of Penny. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, Rochester's gonna take a timeout here. But yeah, they'll give the Rush the ball, and I mean, if we get to the break at 6-3, I think the Knighthawks are happy with that. Having a 3-1 second quarter and kind of getting this game back after being down 5. But you know, the Rush want to add one more here before the break.
Of course, you're happy with, you know, getting 3 on the board, finding an offensive rhythm. But you know, Rochester's never fully satisfied with this. Like, this is a game where Penny's made some great saves. You know, Watson has as well, but Eric Penny's been up to the task. He's looking a lot sharper than some previous games. I come back to the Panther City game, where for Penny, he just never found a rhythm. Tonight, he's found a rhythm. First quarter was great. That power play, Rochester able to build some momentum, and then they just poured it on there for about 5 minutes.
But Penny really got the Rush started. They got up to a 5-goal lead because of him. He made big saves, and then the Rush got things going offensively in front of him as a result. I mean, it was a perfect start to this game and to the opening quarter for the Saskatchewan Rush. And in goal, which has been their biggest question mark, Eric Penny has answered the bell here tonight.
22 stops from him. Messenger battling on the line so far, 8 for 10. Bobby Kidd's taking the other face-off, ended up in a loss for Saskatchewan. But now we'll see what they draw up. Do they try go for a quick shot and get the rebound back? Or do you have a set play that you run with about 2 seconds left? Well, they're keeping Penny up high, so you do assume that maybe they try something with 10 seconds and battle for a rebound.
We'll watch here and see. Yeah, Penny's going to retreat back into the rush net here.
So they'll use the rest of this 10 seconds on the shot clock to get something going here. Powless, right side. Little fake pick by Matthews. Now he opens up some room for Keenan. Patrick, watch Keenan to the net. Throw those hands. Ryan Keenan puts it past Watson and puts Saskatchewan up 7-4.
Oh, great opening half for Ryan Keenan, who's really stepped up as the Knighthawks have, paid extra attention to Robert Church in this game. And you knew somebody else had to come up with some opportunities. It was Keenan with the shot clock really at 3 here. And no real lane to the net. He swims to the outside, drives wide. Good body positioning here. And good footwork. Dives right in front.
We got a flag on the floor here too. 7-3 rush up. But Rochester's bench, the coaches talk it over and they say, hey, let's take another look at this.
Well, nothing, no harm in taking a look at it here late in the game. It could be a momentum-changing play. It is. At first look, I thought it was fine. I thought Keenan did a nice job keeping his toes out of the crease. I didn't think there was an issue there. But if they can overturn this, this would be a big break for the Knighthawks.
Dawson was having a couple of words. The refs will take a look at it. We'll get one as well. Here's this goal for Ryan Keenan under review right now with 11.7 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Here's a better look. That right foot, hard to see where the toe is.
At first look, it's good. The overhead look will be the best look, as it always is in these situations. But I think there's some green. Look, there's some green there between the toe and the white paint. This is a good goal. He let go of it before he touched the floor. This is doesn't hurt to challenge this, but I think this goal is going to stand.
So the refs are going to get an overhead look. We don't exactly have one here, but from where he took off with that right foot, we got an overhead look in the building on the Jumbotron. Clearly it's in before he falls into the crease, so it's all about where he took off. And I think pretty clearly this is a goal, as we'll let the refs come out and tell us.
After review, the goal is confirmed.
We'll let Rush Nation tell the story. Ryan Keenan's got the hat trick and the lead extended to 4.
Well, it's a big goal late in the game, and they're wanting the explanation of this, but he let go. He took off before his foot touched in the crease. The ball was in the back of the net before he touched back down, and that's a big goal. Ryan Keenan has really stepped up in this game for the Rush, and a big goal late after what was a tough start to the second quarter.
13th of the season for Ryan Keenan. That's his 44th point, as he does have an assist also tonight. And Mike Messenger goes back to the line to take on Tyler Halls.
Well, Messenger will want to win this, and the Rush will want to.
Rubish has it. They got an opportunity if they want to go quick. Now it's Rubish out of the corner. Keenan short side. Oh, that one's going to sting. Rylan Reese, I could hear it from up here. That's ball on kneecap. Ooh. As he limps off the floor. A tough one, but 7 goals on 28 shots for the Rush. You got to be happy with the offensive output, but it hasn't been the opening half that's been their issue this year. It's been finishing and closing out games that we really have to pay attention to.
Especially coming back, Cody, in the third quarter. Both of these teams, they've had success when they're leading after 3. They've both struggled to come back in fourth quarter, so getting to the next break with the lead will be important for both of them. They're both perfect when leading after 3, and they're both winless when trailing after 3. So when we come back, the third quarter is going to be a big one.
Ryan Keenan's got the first half hat trick. Let's head down to the third member of our team now, Sabina Mods, field side.
That's right. I have Coach Hayes in here with me from the Knighthawks. Coach, you're seeing the team trailing by 4 heading into the halftime. What do you want to see from your team heading into the second half?
You know what? I think we're just what we're doing right now. We're not just getting lucky on the scoreboard right now. We're doing a lot of good things here defensively as well. We're just going to stick to what we're doing and then hopefully get rewarded with the work we're doing.
We've seen the Rush trail behind when it goes into the fourth. Were there any changes that you're hoping to see the team make?
You know what? We're just going to stick with it because hopefully their pattern kind of repeats itself here, and we can be rewarded for what we're doing here.
Thanks so much, Coach.
Rush leads 7-3. Coming up next, it's the Guaranteed Rate Halftime Report. Feeling lucky, Rush Nation. Casino nights coming to the SaskTel Center next Saturday when the Saskatchewan Rush hosts the Calgary Roughnecks. Get your tickets at saskrush.com. Second half action get underway here inside the SaskTel Center. It's Cody Jans and Darren DuPont with you, and it's Messenger and Halls on the face-off. Messenger went 9 for 11 on the line to start. Halls 3 for 10. Messenger wins it up. Couple of notes out of that first half. Ryan Keenan had a hat trick and an assist. Mark Matthews, 3 assists. Eric Penny, 22 saves across the floor. Joel Watson, 21 saves. Curtis Knight, the former Rush, had 2 assists. And Turner Evans had a goal and an assist for the Knighthawks. High shot by Keenan goes over the net. Courier trying to battle for that loose ball down low. Unable to come up with it. And Rochester heads north of the border.
Yeah, really nice job, getting to that loose ball at the end of the play. John Wagner, and then taking it all the way up the floor. We'll see how these two teams adjust here coming out of the break.
Late goal in that second quarter by Ryan Keenan. It was his hat trick, and it was a beauty too. Nice crease dive, snuck it over the shoulder of Watson, and really a momentum builder for Saskatchewan. Increase that cushion. Evans now, right out in the middle. Wittig was down the highway. Stopped by Penny.
Well, what started as a 3-0 quarter for Rochester turned into a 3-2 quarter and basically a wash. The Rush really regrouped well late. We'll see, if Rochester can get back on offense here to start this third quarter.
Dan Littner out of the corner now, trying to go short side. That shot got blocked by Thomas Whitty. Whitty fought Jake Fox last week against the Riptide. 7 penalty minutes for him. Gotta give a shout out there. Had 3 loose balls as well in that contest.
Well,
Curtis Knight now, former Rush.
Great job blocking that shot too.
Defender. Working it on the right-hand side now for Rochester. It'll be Bertrand. And the third goal of the game for the Knighthawks. Pass intended for Curtis Knight, went off of his shin and onto his stick. One-armed high and wide. And it's a gift for the right-hand side.
Yeah, nice job not letting them get that shot away and continuing to apply pressure on the outside.
The defense needs to stay aggressive if you're Saskatchewan. You can't sit back at any time. And for the offense, 7's not enough against Rochester. They're not afraid to push the pace on O. Keenan up top now. Looking for 4. Watson closes the wickets on him.
Good stop from Watson, but again, Keenan's having a night. I don't know how he got that shot away, but just very creative in his release.
Off the side of the goal now for Hogarth. Into the netting. Noah Penny was having a conversation with the ref there, but they'll get set nonetheless. Smith and Knight, little give and go. The big man had some room. Now they'll run it into the right corner. Smith swings it. Knight's there. 13 on the shot clock. Evans intended for Smith. Couple passes too many, and they're just running the clock down, and they're not getting the play they want as Knight gets tossed to the floor by Cornwall.
Well, getting physical doesn't matter if he used to play on your team or not. Cornwall getting physical here for the Rush.
Mark Matthews, halftime glove switch again. Up top for Marshall Palace, had his first National League goal in the opening quarter. Church outside. Watson's got to look behind him to the left-hand side. Murphy was flying in for the rebound. Couldn't poke it behind Watson, and it'll be scooped down by Thomas Whitting.
You admire that tenacity from Austin Murphy to drive to the net like that, knowing he's going to take a little bit of a beating, but he's trying to earn his spot just like everybody else.
And his first career hat trick Thursday night in Calgary. Not bad for Wingate, lacrosse's all-time leading scorer. Hard hit. Now we're going to have some fisticuffs as Corbeil's getting into it with Bertrand. Now the gloves are going to come off. You don't see this too often from Chris Corbeil. The captain steps up, takes a couple of rights. Now he's going to throw him. Corbeil, hammer over the top with a right. Connects again, 2 rights. Eats a couple himself, and he takes him to the gown. Chris, the captain, crunch Corbeil, lowering knuckle sandwiches into Charlie Bertrand. What a tilt, and Rush Nation's on their feet.
What a tilt is right. Both ways, just, you know, back and forth they went, and, you know, Corbeil will get the decision at the end of this one. But that was, you know, you don't often see Chris Corbeil drop the mitts like that, but he did with Charlie Bertrand, and I thought Bertrand did very well early on. But let's watch how this starts. It's right along the bench.
Penalties on the play. Rochester 61, 5 for fight. Saskatchewan probably 16, 5 for fight.
Yeah, Bertrand took Matt Beers in from behind in a bit of a dangerous spot right there, and Corbeil saw it and then decided to step in as he saw Beers down, and they went back and forth, decided to drop him, and yeah, there's Bertrand. He was really aggressive, really got a lot of shots in, and then Corbeil settled himself and came right back to get the decision. Good tilt, good intensity. That's what you want in the National Lacrosse League, I think.
We said the aggressiveness has to stay there. That doesn't mean you have to fight all the time. That's not what I'm saying. But you need to keep that intensity. Chris Corbeil, he's the leader of this team, and he shows up when they need it. Keenan up top. Now you got to build off of it, though. Church fires it wide. Bennett comes down with it, throws it across the floor. Hall's attempting to get into it, ends up in row 4, and a lucky fan as a souvenir.
Yeah, tough one. You got a little better effort to try and get to that ball as it hopped out of play just away from Dan Coates a little bit. But, you know, it's confidence. You know, when you know you can step in and you're going to stick up for your teammates, and now on offense they have to try and find a way.
Matthews down for Powless. Never had the ball, but he took a body check, that's for sure. And Rochester heads right. Transition opportunity there, Gilroy. Not sure if that went off the knob of Penny's stick.
Sounded like it might have went off the post. It was really clean sounding, wasn't it?
That's why I didn't know if that was his stick hitting there. Rubber on metal. Well, nonetheless, it doesn't get past Penny. Good goalies will say they give you the post. Evans, right side, the shifty lefty. Down for Smith. Big man to the middle. Loose change, sends it right. Shot by Knight, went off his own teammate. And ends up off the glass. Now Cornwall in transition. Jeff Cornwall opened the scoring in the game in transition. And that's one of the things you like to see from the Saskatchewan offense is when they're going, they're feeling it. The transition offense is clicking. Robert Church, 4 goals against Calgary and 4 assists as well. None tonight. And that pass intended for Keenan, but he couldn't corral it. Matt Bennett on the left-hand side. Paul Dawson up top. Katoni had Penny dancing, and he got just enough of it. Ryan Keenan now getting back on defense as Beers ends up throwing Coates to the ground. Well, Dawson had a word with him.
Keenan and Church are both stuck out on the defensive side for the rush, and it allowed Rochester to find some room in the offensive zone.
Sometimes you got to grind it out. Palace, pass intended for Garland, goes wide. Courier recovers. Josh Courier now up top. Lintner has some room. Palace there. He'll tee it up. And Watson with that right hand knocks it down.
Admire the way Watson has really settled down after the shaky opening quarter. We looked, both of us, at the Rochester bench a couple of times to see if maybe Lucas Nagy was going to get warmed up. That wasn't the case. Credit to their coach. They stuck with him, and it's paid off.
The former Whitby Warrior. Yeah, that's a tough one to come back from, allowing 5 in that opening quarter. And Bobby Kidd the third. Him and Mike Messenger combined lower the boom. Here's McClellan. Break. McClellan stopped by Watson.
You know, Bobby Kidd the third. Great job to battle for that loose ball along the wall, and then good outlet pass. McClellan just couldn't beat Watson.
The youngsters in transition, that's the future of Saskatchewan lacrosse there. Kidd the third, perfect feed to McClellan. Watson says, I'm up to the task as well. right to the middle. Circles Saskatoon on Idlewild. Heads to the outside, but that pass is going to roll down, and Saskatchewan leading 7-3. No goals yet in the third quarter. We get a look at the hit. It's been physicals. Messenger steps up. Rush lead by 4.
Welcome back to Co-op Field at SaskTel Center in Saskatoon. The Rush leads 7-3 in the third. When I talked to Mark Matthews before the game with the Rush, he said that the team had to play like their lives depended on it, and we're seeing it with the high intensity in the game tonight. As we know, the Rush do have a little bit of a change heading into the fourth quarter, so we'll see if they can keep this momentum up. But right now, again, leading 7-3 with just a little bit left in the third quarter. Mark
Matthews having a conversation with Paul Dawson down there. I'm sure they're talking about how Mark Matthews is the most listened to Back of the Bird podcast guest. We'll give them free advertising there. Two veterans in the league having some words with each other.
Oh yeah, continuing to have that conversation. There's Matthews. You know, they love having that relationship throughout the league between two of the best, and you know, good battle going on. The way it started, didn't think this would turn into a defensive effort, but it really has in the second half.
Last month, pardon me, Dawson became just the 8th player in NLL history to surpass 500 career PIMs in the league. So that's a milestone. He'll give them when they come. Courier, right side. A little bit of a pick from Littner. Getting physical down there. Saw it with the Corbeil fight. Here's Church, takes a couple of whacks. Loose ball going down. Matthews on the far side ate a couple as well. Jeff Wittick, 6 shots on goal against the Riptide. No goals for him though. And Ryan Smith out of the corner. The Robert Morris alumni. Smith now towards the net, shoots and scores. Ryan Smith has the first goal of the third quarter, and it's 7-4.
A big one for the Rochester Knighthawks to get one past Penny here in the third quarter and cut that lead to 3. You know, I thought Thomas Hogarth did a lot of work to open up some room down low. Big body, wearing number 91. Look at him in front. He's drawing some attention, and that opened up just enough room for Smith to just walk down the left side and have some room to beat the Rush netminder.
Smith has his 2nd of the game, 21st of the season. Smith's 4-point effort was his 8th straight multi-point game dating back to December 11th against the Riptide there. Messenger right off the face-off. Heads 100 feet by himself. Watson, though, really settling in. 5 stops in this third quarter. Now in transition, Penny's got to be sharp as Matt Gilray, the Oshawa product, decided to try and do it himself.
I like that. Just take a chance and, you know, to try and cut this lead again from 3 to 2. Why not? If you're feeling confident, let the shot go.
Matthews on the right side. Took a physical beating the last time he was on the floor. Now he's going to sit back a little bit. Murphy, one-arm dish. Courier winds, fires. Perfect stick stop by Watson, no rebound.
Yeah, there was a brief look through the legs, but Watson eliminated that very quickly.
But Smith on hat-trick watch. He's got Hogarth on that left-hand side. Catoni held pretty quiet here. Wouldn't expect that for the full game. Still plenty of time left. 21 minutes to go in regulation at least. Messenger down there. 3 Rush. Gonna force the shot clock to expire. Couple of words as well as the Surrey product. Lets the Burlington native know what's up. Church for Keenan. Courier's the 5th man off the bench. Dan Littner, a couple of goals against Calgary Thursday. Keenan's out in front and he scores! Make it 4! Ryan Keenan in his 4th year in the league, lighting it up tonight at the SaskTel Center.
Well, is he ever, Cody? And what a great pass, first of all, to find Keenan. And Watson has been real sharp in the 2nd and 3rd quarter here. Keenan's been the one guy, though, who's been able to consistently beat him.
His work ethic is at a new level. Sorry to cut you off, but Keenan flying in front of the middle there, separates some room from Gilroy, and he just tucks it home.
Well, it was that pass from Robert Church, that, great vision, and Keenan and him have built that chemistry, and then the underhand release to go down low when everybody thinks he's going to go up high. That's a goal scorer's goal.
Church has got 3 assists in the game now. Rochester, they're going to start chipping away here with 5:22 to go in the third frame. Catone circles the top, has by a tip there on the floor. Knight recovers. Right switch there. Throws it down low. Good defense again. Bobby Kidd the third. Another youngster on the back end for Saskatchewan. I've been impressed with him all season.
Well, he's really got a great energy about him, and it's contagious. And the rest of the group seems to feed off what the young guy does in the back end.
Powless for Keenan up top. Church circles the middle. Fires, trying to go low to the glove side on Watson. Still no goals in the contest for Robert Church, who leads the league in power play markers coming into tonight. He's also got 29 on the season total.
But we've just had 3 power plays combined between the 2 teams so far in this game. It's been pretty disciplined despite all the physical play.
We'll take the clean physical play, though. You always love to see that. As Messenger pushes out Smith. Bertrand had some room, short side on Kenny. Might have lost his angle a little bit there. Lucky for him, the shot went wide. And Saskatchewan extending their lead here. They're up by 4. It's 8-4 inside the SaskTel Center. There's still time to play for your chance to win $10,000 weekly with NLL Pick'em. Follow the NLL on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. That's at NLL on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. Rush leading by 4. Ryan Keenan having himself a night.
Yeah, clearly that guy's going to the NLL Facebook page, checking out what's going on, the latest posts. Probably see a game recap from here on the social feeds once we're done. Lots of great content from across North America on those ones, but some more content left to come here in the contest here in this third quarter. Rochester's got to shore up defensively and then get to work scoring some goals.
It's getting loud in this place too. I know there's some empty seats out there, but a big win and getting on a little bit of a roll. 5 straight home games. The Rush Nation showing up. Matthews now behind the net. Murphy down low. Matthews thought about the dunk attempt up top for Keenan for 5. Shot got blocked.
Yeah, that got blocked by Paul Dawson, I think right in the face mask. But put your body on the line, why not? It's just Robert Church letting the laser go.
Paulie at 6'5". No reason you should be shooting a ball that high, but he takes one there anyways.
Well, no reason it should be up there. It's not tracking towards the net.
Evans now, right side. Catone's there, the heavy shooting lefty. He hasn't had that much space, and you got to give Chris Corbeil credit, who's out of the penalty box now. He's been covering them, and that slides worked. When you see him and Dilks up top, able to transition, you've got Rubish as well to help out. It's a veteran presence really shutting down this Rochester offense. Courier out of the corner. Wanted that low cut. Ended up losing the ball, and he got wallpapered by John Wagner.
Good physical, hard check. And a nice job by the Knighthawks defensively. I thought their group is doing a really good job, protecting the middle of the net for the most part here, especially in the third quarter.
Smith down to the left side.
Look at that. There's no room in the middle rush defensively, and I think the Knighthawks got to find a way to get closer to the net.
Jordy Jones-Smith, after being scratched against Calgary, has stepped in, and he's taken his game to a new level as well. When we talk about the future of the Rush defense, you're going to be hearing that name for a while. Keenan for Murphy. Shot goes wide. Wow, he can shoot the pill as well.
Oh, can't he ever? These young, up-and-coming Rush players. There's a lot to be optimistic about for the Rush right now. And you look at Paulus and Murphy and Bobby Kidd III, and that's just a start.
Hogarth controls. Pass gets picked up by Rubish. Rubish, Watson, one-on-one. 5-hole stuff by Watson, and he gets the rebound as well, which went off his own defender.
Not often Kyle Rubish is going to make that play and be in all alone, but what a great job.
And they throw it away again. Here goes Beers, 2-on-1. Matt Beers looking for 2 on the night. Shot got blocked.
Well, great job in desperation by Dan Coates to break that play up. Getting a little sloppy here for Rochester.
They're going to run it down to Hogarth. Bobby Kidd III's all over him, pushes him into the corner, and McClellan head snaps back. Ball's coming right out in front. Couple of extra whacks by Dilks there, strips Guillory of the ball. But it looks like Connor McClellan is going to be heading to the sin bin. Couple of words with the ref, maybe not too happy about the head snapping back, but he'll sit for 2 or less, and Rochester's power play goes back to work.
Yeah, Connor McClellan caught him up high. We'll get the call here right away, but...
He's on the play, number 21. Saskatchewan, 2 minutes, illegal cross-check.
Yeah.
Illegal cross-check.
So let's look at the illegal cross-check here down in the corner in the 2 minutes, and just catches them right. Well, we haven't seen it. Didn't see it on that play. That wasn't quite it, but that was the other penalties. There's 2 against the Rush.
McClellan and Messenger are in the box, so it's a 5-on-3. Interesting by Rochester here. They're not keeping a guy up top. Quick stick, are you kidding me? Eric Penny send it to TSN. The top 10's gonna be looking at that one tonight.
Well, both goaltenders now. It's a real battle for save of the game.
Katoni stopped by Penny. Give and go. Evans is on the right-hand side. Corbeil puts his body on the line. Taking 12 punches wasn't enough. He'll block a shot too. Garland knocks down the pass and he gets it right in the pocket. Up to Dilks, who's gonna punch it forward.
Well, it's a tired group now for the Rush defensively. Tried to break it in transition. They're gonna have their backs against the wall here.
Instead of trying to stretch out a change, they'll say, hey, there's 12 seconds left in the quarter. We'll grind it out for you. 5-on-3 kill, 7 to shoot. Penny with the right arm. Katoni down low. Rochester, it's loud in here. I don't think they can talk about the clock running down.
Yeah, I don't think they saw how little time there was, but what a great job by Penny late.
Eric Penny, have yourself a 3rd quarter on that 5-on-3 penalty kill. What a night for him. Rush lead by 4 heading to the 4th quarter. Get game day ready and shop your favorite team's jerseys and merchandise. Head to fanatics.ca to get all your National Lacrosse League and team gear today. Merchandise there, you can see those great Rush green jerseys. They're not wearing them tonight, they're wearing the blanks, and they still got work to do on this 5-on-3, Darren.
Well, they do, back against the wall, and you know, the Knighthawks putting on all kinds of pressure, but you know, great atmosphere. This is what, you know, the Rush needed. Yeah, 4-goal lead heading, you know, to the 4th quarter, but they've got to now put the finishing touches on this. And for Rochester, just have struggled to find consistency in their offense tonight. Had a little spurt in the early part of the 2nd quarter where they were able to score 3 quick goals and cut the lead, you know, significantly for Saskatchewan. But Eric Penny's really stabilized again, much like Joel Watson did in goal for Rochester. I think, you know, this really settled into a defensive game, and now for the Rush, and I'm sure they're fine keeping it that way in the 4th quarter.
Some of those saves Eric Penny was making at the end of the 3rd quarter. Are you kidding me? That's why Derek Keaton went out and acquired him, because at the SaskTel Center tonight, he's been the difference maker, along with the help of Ryan Keaton. He's got 27 saves. They still got to kill off a 5-on-3, though. And Rochester, their offense hungry as ever. Evans stripped of the ball by Dilks. Dilks thought about going for it 5-on-3. He's like, hey, I just spent 1:20 killing. What left do I have in the tank?
Well, he wanted to get this ball away and head for a change. He does successfully, but nice job holding off some pressure.
Mark Matthews, little reverse hit on Whitty there. You know, there was a few words earlier. So maybe that intensity stepped up a notch as Church is stopped by Watson. They're free. Messenger and McClellan come out of the box. What a kill for Saskatchewan.
That's a big kill. You know, you start looking at Rochester from their angle. The opportunities are limited. They have to capitalize every time they get a chance. That was a opportunity missed with a two-man advantage.
Curtis Knight's shot bounces into the netting, nowhere near the net. And Saskatchewan leading by 4. They're out shooting Rochester 38-34 in this contest. Not really peppering Watson, but they're getting some pretty good looks, and you'd expect that to continue here as Murphy is going to have to go down low to recover the loose ball.
Yeah, early at the half, we were on pace for over 100 combined shots. It slowed down a little bit in that third quarter.
Catoni, the lefty up top. 23 goals on the season for him. Whips that one wide, trying to go high far side. Smith now spin move, stopped by Penny. Brian Smith's been the best Rochester Nighthawk on offense so far tonight. That's bar none. He's got 2 goals, but everything coming off that left side is going through him, and boy, is he going to be a special player. And Catoni's got one back. 8-5's the score now.
Holden Catoni is showing an ability and a desire to shoot the ball in this game tonight, and now he gets rewarded for it from the outside. Instead of coming back short side, he puts it into the far corner and silences the crowd here for a moment in the fourth quarter. A good ball movement, good defense from Rochester, and they get rewarded with one. Cut the lead to 3, and you get a look at Catoni on the Rochester bench. Here's a look at the goal. Watch. Great shot to the far corner. It's really tough to put it there inside the post. Well done.
The former Okotoks Raider from Calgary has him on the board in the fourth quarter. They now trail by 3. We got a ball game here, folks. The SaskTel Center's the place to be in Saskatchewan tonight. Marshall Powless off the bench. Left pad stopped by Joel Watson. Paul Dawson has Whitty on the right-hand side. Transition, they're kind of pushing the pace a little bit now for Rochester. They know we got time, but against a Saskatchewan defense like this, 4 goals, that's a lot. Penny grabs one away from Catoni, and Garland's gonna go to the floor. Matthews off the bench. Garland, little fake, opens up and allows for Courier and Powless to hop on the floor. Marshall Powless in for Jeff Shatler as Courier, couple of fakes, high shot out in front. Littner gets buried into the crease. Call coming, Powless has it though. Keenan, Courier, quick stick, stopped by Watson, and they're gonna let him play on as Watson puts himself in prison down there.
Well, look at the penalty call. You got to look at Joel Watson all tangled up in that net.
Can't question his effort.
Whatever it takes to keep the ball out, he's doing it tonight.
The former Toronto Monarch in the Arena Lacrosse League diving for that one in Saskatchewan. Going to get a power play here opportunity. It'll be their second of the contest. They're 0 for 1 as Matt Bennett heads to the sin bin.
Yeah, it's a holding call, and we'll take a look at it here. But just a great job, Courier, battling after the loose ball, tries to bring it in front, and Watson takes the net down. We saw the penalty being called before that, but great job by Courier, just trying to make something happen.
Courier on the power play. They're going to try set it up with Robert Church up top.
Well, Church has been quiet in this one. May this be the time for him to break through.
Mark Matthews on the bench to start the power play. Now they'll send him out here for their second attempt. It'll still be Church steering the ship. He's got Littner and Courier on the left-hand side. Keenan and Matthews are on his right. Here's Mark Matthews inside lane on Dawson. Backdoor pass for Littner out in front. Stopped by Watson, and he takes a hit from Ryland Reese.
Well, there's a little room. Paul Dawson preoccupied. He's paying extra attention to Robert Church defensively in the penalty kill, and that opened up a little bit of room.
Charlie Bertrand now. And the third goal of the game for Rochester. Held out of the goal column since. Hogarth for Smith. Right side. Cutting towards the middle is Charlie Bertrand there. And the Baldwinsville product stripped of the ball.
Haven't seen Thomas Hogarth go to the net enough. When he does, it's created really good looks. He occupies rush defenders down there because of his size and his ability to just, hold court. And I'd like to see him go to the net and try and mix things up a little bit more.
He's got the knee brace, got to assume that.
Yeah.
Holds him back a little bit. Palace's pass intended for Littner. A little bit too high there for 5'9" Dan Littner. Opportunity in front. Palace is going to scoop up the loose ball as he's pushed to the ground. Loose ball push will get called on Reese, I believe. So they'll let the defensive guys go back. Saskatchewan's on a power play. We'll take a commercial break. They'll have 11 seconds left on the power play. Rush lead 8-5 at the SaskTel Center.
Time now for the Alterna Savings save of the game. Both goaltenders have been shining tonight, so we've got a save either way. We'll start with Joel Watson from earlier. He gets the left hand on this, on the replay, on the rebound right there. And then here in the fourth quarter, Penny has come to play. Back-to-back saves. The Alterna Savings saves of the game.
When you think about that 5-on-3 kill, Darren, that could be the contest right now when you look back, because that's two opportunities for Rochester with a man advantage, dual man advantage, and they trail by 3 now, where it could be a lot closer. Back to even strength, 5-on-5 on the floor. Church out in front. Shot goes wide by Robert Church. He's got 10 shots on goal in the contest, no goals though. Keenan off the ref and right through the crease. That went through Watson's feet.
And just wide of the post. Dangerous play. How about that?
Weird bounce in front, doesn't go in. Smith off the bench. He's on hat-trick watch for the Knighthawks. They trail by 3. Knight. Right-hand side, Bertrand's there. Pass, not sure if McClellan got a piece of it, but he's gonna have an opportunity in transition. Connor McClellan dumps it up top. Beers is there, he's got Matthews. They got a 3-on-2 if they want. Back from McClellan, quick stick stopped.
Nice job of the quick stick down low.
Bobby Kitt, pardon me, little swim move there, says, how are ya? I'll walk it back for Josh Courier. Courier now behind the back attempt. Hard pick's gonna get called on Murphy. You know he plays on that line. He's not big, but he's physical. And down the floor, Hogarth stopped by Penny. Cutting through the crease, though, and the refs are gonna stop him.
Yeah, who would have thought we'd be here in this spot with the goaltenders taking over, making incredible stops when the rush goaltending situation has been a concern coming in and kind of all season. And Joel Watson lets in 5 in the first quarter, and all of a sudden we're talking about how great the goaltenders have been, and they have.
The over was a 22 before this. Shutout Sports Interaction. Firing that one, Marshall Palace from downtown, looking for his second of the career. Got stopped, and Paul Dawson pushes the pace. Whitty had it. The St. Catharines product. Drops it for Evans on the right-hand side. Out in front, finding iron.
Wow.
On that side there.
We've talked a lot about how well the Rush have played offensively. Ryan Keenan's 4 goals, but very quietly, Rochester stayed in this game.
Now cutting out in front was Jeff Whittick. Goes wide. Cut through the crease again. Rochester peeling paint, but so far no dice here. They still trail by 3.
Yeah, just 3 with plenty of time left.
Smith's shot goes over the cage. You got to assume they'll slow it down a little bit here. Draw something up, got to get the offense going. They had 7 goals in the opening half, 1 so far in the second half. Keenan, right side, 10 on the shot clock. Murphy now for Palace. Again from the outside, he's got 2 to shoot. Keenan's there. Little bouncer on goal, no problem for Watson. The way he's playing tonight, you wouldn't expect that to have a chance.
No, a great stop again. He's given his group a chance here to come back tonight.
As Halls books it down the right-hand side, they're really pushing it with some speed. They know they need 3 to tie, 4 to win, at least tonight. Knight to the middle. Hennig closes the wickets on Bertrand. Former Virginia and Merrimack product. Palace now swings way over the floor. He'll have to switch with Murphy and get set. 3 lefties, no Jeff Shatler tonight for the Rush. They're doing it without one of the most storied veterans in this league. Murphy, 5-hole attempt again. They're trying to go low on Watson. And it looks like Rochester might have hopped off early.
Yeah, they did. They're going to get called.
Illegal substitution's the call.
Yeah, tough one. You got to be patient because right now at 3, you don't have a lot of room for error with the lead at 3. Under 6 minutes to go. You know, the Rush find a way to capitalize on the power play here, and all of a sudden, that really hurts your chances of coming back here. At 3, it's pretty manageable.
0 for 2 on the power play. Matthews, quick attempt on the power play, but it got blocked. Reese is going to go down the floor. One-on-one with Keenan. Didn't seem like the worst opportunity, but clearly Penny cuts down the angle.
Yeah, I would have liked to see him just take a chance and even let the shot go from long angle. I know you want to kill off the time, but you know, when you have an opportunity, I didn't hate the chance there.
The benefit of having a goalie sitting 240 plus between the pipes covers a lot on net. That's over the cage and it's going to head down. They'll get set again. We'll see if they go righty strong on this offense. Looks like Matthews will be the 3rd lefty, so Palace getting some more power play looks. They like how he's moving the ball out there. They're feeling confident with him, and Jimmy Quinlan saying, get out the Ogie. Keenan now for Church, behind the net, intended for Lintner. Ended up stepping the crease, couldn't touch it. Here's Keenan, back for Palace off his stick, and in the netting. Rush still on the power play for the next 61 seconds. They also lead by 3. We'll step aside. The finale's coming up.
Well, Cody, tonight's turning point presented by Fanatics. It's Ryan Keenan. He's been the turning point all by himself. 4 goals in this game. This one from an impossible angle, and then really late, 11 seconds left in the half. That was a dagger, got right to the front of the crease, made no mistake. Ryan Keenan has been outstanding offensively for Saskatchewan.
4 goals, 1 assist from him. What else can you ask for? We talked before the game, I wanted to see him shoot more. Well, 4 goals, that'll surely do it. The physical play's kept up, and so far they've held them to 5. This Knighthawks offense, they've got some talent out there. Bouncer goes over the goal as Bertrand tempted to go. Penny trying to slow down the troops again, saying, hey, let's take our time. We're still in the power play.
Well, we're into 4.5 minutes, and when you and the power play too, and you start looking at possessions now, right? When you can burn 30 off the clock each time, and they need a position to come back and score. So you start playing math a little bit here late.
Matthew shot got blocked. That one's gonna sting a little bit. Keenan's up top for 5. Watson got a piece of it. Fresh 30 to work with, 17 still on the power play. Matthews again steering the ship on the power play, and Keenan counted 5. That's the first power play goal of the game, and Ryan Keenan says, I want more.
Well, he goes upstairs and a perfectly placed shot. What a game he's had, and you know, we knew that having home field advantage was going to be a factor for Saskatchewan, and it has been. Matthews behind the back for Keenan, and that release is so quick. He knows Matthews has an opportunity to either let that go or send it over, so he's ready. It's in his stick and it's off, and it's in the back of the net.
He's got 5 of the last 6 goals that the Rush have scored in this contest here. 9-5, Saskatchewan leading Rochester, and right there, a little bit of insurance on the power play in their first man advantage marker of the evening. Courier now swings it over for Keenan. Back to Courier again. Diving attempt off the side of the goal. They're gonna have to back it out. Courier taking a couple of hacks and whacks from Halls, and here goes Rochester down the floor. Knights off the bench. Pass for Wagner. The lefty now, he'll be the late man to change. Ryan Smith on the floor. Quick little give and go. Katoni's shot goes wide, and it's gonna bounce all the way back down to Rochester. Kid the third, Saskatchewan out shooting Rochester 50-40. Maybe we'll hit the 100-shot mark in this game.
Well, we might.
Offense is picked up. Messenger getting an offensive look here. The face-off guy, a couple of fancy moves, footwork-wise, trying to go low. Watson up to the task again. He's the reason why this is a 4-goal game. Hogarth now. Watson to the bench. 6-on-5, Rochester. Game on the line as we wind it down at the SaskTel Center, and Smith scores! No hats are going to be on the floor, but that's his hat trick, and Ryan Smith brings him within 3 again.
Well, he's brought him close here, and he's given him a chance. You know, we're going to look back to at that 5-on-3 as a real missed opportunity for Rochester in this game.
That's an understatement.
You know, down by 3 now. You score on that, you know, you hope 1, and it's 2, and with 2.5 minutes to go, it's much more manageable, but even at 2:37 to go, a 3-goal deficit is not insurmountable. The Rush have to be sharp here, but Rochester has to play with some urgency now.
9 straight multi-point games for Ryan Smith.
Good face-off win.
Big face-off win there as well for Halls. Rochester, another possession. They'll go 6-on-5 again. Time now for the defense and Penny to step up. Saskatchewan wants a chance at closing us out on home floor. And on the shot clock, Smith again, little twister.
And with a 3-goal lead, Saskatchewan shouldn't be too concerned about taking any Hail Mary shots at the empty net.
Penalty, or pardon me, not a penalty coming up. Direct had his arm for a second. Smith's pass. The defense closes the door, and Matt Beers will run it up now. Throws it for the empty net. Goes wide. Matthews he can't control. Corbeil picks up the loose ball. Up top for Matthews. He's just running for his life. One arms it back.
Yeah, you know, Matthews got to that along with Corbeil. They did a nice job, but I think it's more important to make sure you kill possession right now rather than try and find the empty net.
Austin Murphy bouncer from the outside, so they put Nagy between the pipes here a little bit faster, and Nagy's going to run off for a 6-on-5.
Well, he's fresh too, right? So his legs are ready to go, and you don't have to worry about Joel Watson being tired.
Curtis Knight out of the corner. Katoni's up top. Penny's got it. Quick look behind him, but the ball's not there. Kid the third now. Wheels past Wagner. Runs him into the boards. Messenger's there to help out. Someone lost a stick. I think that's Wagner down there.
Good work defensively from the Knighthawks.
Loses his twig. I think Saskatchewan's going to call their timeout here. We'll wait for the signal from the ref. Kid the third having a few words, though. Also a nice little fist pump from Messenger. They're going to work. This D squad, they're stepping up. They're eating the clock here. And really, you're just trying to hope the buzzer comes soon.
Well, that's exactly right for Saskatchewan. You want to get to this buzzer as quickly as possible. You take a timeout here, settle things down. Things like, you know, we don't need to take long shots at the empty net when we're up by 3. We want to keep the ball away from them as much as possible. And for Rochester, though, things they're doing lately, they're winning face-offs that are key. They're really tough on the rush coming back the other way in transition, and they're creating turnovers. That's the only way they're going to come back in this game, is if they continue to leave it all out on the floor.
Now each team only has 2 goals Pardon me, Rochester's got 3 in the second half here. But the Tide's really, it was going Rochester for a while. The Corbeil fight happens, and it seems like Saskatchewan just up on the bench, and they're ready to go here. You're up by 3, but end of the day, you can still go for 1 at the end.
You're right. There was a lot of little mini turning points in this game. That was, you know, more boosts for the Rush in this one. The Corbeil stepping up and fighting. That was kind of a boost to their bench. You know, Ryan Keenan, no doubt, has been the turning point, especially with the late goal. But this whole group has come together and played a very complete effort tonight.
Penny stopped 37 of 43. I mean, we can say difference maker a million times. It doesn't echo how big of a game he's having inside the SaskTel Center. So they'll give the ball to Messenger up top. He's having a few words with the ref right now. 26 on the shot clock. So they'll run it around for a bit. You see, they've got 4 D guys and Ryan Keenan on the floor. Now, do you use Keenan as a distraction to maybe draw 2 D guys towards them, and you free up a Cornwall, a Beers?
Yeah, possibly. You know, if you can get this to the front of the net and try and find somebody in the back door, but more importantly is you kill 26 seconds off and then dish this in the corner.
I'm here for goals, Darren.
I know you are.
I
respect it.
Messenger down low takes an absolute beating right now. Out in front, and he's stopped by Watson. Cornwall's got the rebound and a fresh 30 to eat. Whips it back to Beers.
Messenger's not dumping anything in the corner.
Yeah, what were we thinking? Keenan swings it over to Corbeil, the captain. Have yourself a night. Big words beforehand, said, I need to be better, we need to be better. He's shown up, the captain, in the biggest moments. Cornwall's gonna have to go on the back check to track down Wagner, and with 20 seconds left, Rochester, they gotta go quick. Wagner now, far side wide, off the glass. Evans has it. Down for Knight. Pass goes off his buddy's helmet, and Hogarth off the lid into the net.
Yeah, great job. They took their chance. They really did. But at the end of the day, the Rush will be able to hang on.
They came into this with 3 wins. The playoff hopes are still alive. Rush win 9-6 on home floor. They've got their 3rd straight home win. This one comes on Co-op Field. And a big performance by Eric Penny and Ryan Keenan. Well, the NLL postgame, it's coming up next. Final score from the SaskTel Center, 9-6 for the Saskatchewan Rush.
The NLL on TSN is brought to you in part by Alterna Savings. Alterna offers easy, more personal financial services and puts the good in banking. Visit alterna.ca to learn more. By Fanatics.ca, the NLL's home for officially licensed everything. Visit Fanatics.ca today. And by Guaranteed Rate. If you believe it, you can do it. Guaranteed Rate. Believe you will.
No Jeff Shatler, no problem. The left side of the lefties. Ryan Keenan steps up with a big game. Marshall Powless gets his first in the National Lacrosse League, and really, they drove the boat tonight.
Yeah, they really did. We wondered what the Rush would do here at home. We haven't seen a lot of them here, but this is where they have a lot of success. They got a lot of ground to make up, but they came up with 5 on the board in the opening quarter and then rode Eric Penny to a win tonight. That was the real difference. I mean, they got out to a very quick start, and this guy, Ryan, that was Jeff Cornwall getting it started, and then Ryan Keenan really took over in this game. He really did. We saw Josh Courier get into it. We saw Marshall Powless with his first career NLL goal, stepping up in the absence of Jeff Shatler. There's the goal from Powless, and then Ryan Keenan took over 5 goals in the game. Rochester made it interesting in the second quarter. They put 3 goals together, cut that lead to 2, but, you know, Keenan, again, this one from an impossible angle with the shot clock winding down. Then he scored late in the second quarter with 11 seconds left. That was a real difference maker. And then when things were really defensive in the second half, he scored again to seal it tonight. So he was fantastic.
That's a big one at the end, too. And the challenge that doesn't work out for Rochester comes back to bite them a little bit. Saskatchewan outshoots Rochester 53-44. The face-offs, well, at the line, Saskatchewan was better. Mike Messenger, they come up with 13 face-off wins to Rochester 6. Power play, not perfect for the Rush, not what they're used to seeing, but they still go 1 for 3. Rochester, the 1 for 4. And that 5-on-3 kill for Saskatchewan, Darren, changed the game completely.
Well, it really did. After going down 5-0, Rochester outscored Saskatchewan 6-4 down the stretch the rest of the way. But you know what? It was that missed opportunity in the 5-on-3 and some timely saves from Eric Penny.
Saskatchewan wins at home 9-6. Your final score, Eric Penny, Ryan Keenan. They worked lunch tonight from Saskatchewan. It's a Rush win, 9-6 at home.